petroglyphs out west, which I'm sure you have. You know, and they just peck through the desert varnish, you know, to make the pet. And this skim on this marble is like that. I'm like just taking that off almost. I have one more rock that's going to I'm engraving today. That's going to be here, like a stepping stone. Okay, it's going to be marked with 2 X's, like X marks the spot. You put your feet here, and then you become one with the circle. You complete the circle. It's also double X chromosome for women, because this is all about women. So this is a woman's life. We have the this one is birth, and it's the birth of, like, this is the egg being fertilized and then moving its way out to be born, but it's also the birth of the universe. This one is nurture, because women are nurturing and we nurture each other to help ourselves grow and become who we are. So this is my daughter-in-law's hand. This is Carol, and this is her daughter, Sabrina. They're the only strangers here. This one is the moon, which is shown here in all its phases and haloed, and it's shining over water. And that's what rules our months, women's months. This is the 7 sisters. That's the Pleiades. The guiding stone out, the guiding wall points directly to the rising of the Pleiades at winter solstice. And we're all connected as stuff of stars. This is my older sister, me, my 2 daughters, and my 3 granddaughters, the 7 sisters. This one is the sun, which rules our years. This one is the, I'm trying to come up with a good title for this. Becoming, it's like your self-actualization as you get older. You're helped by friends, but you're also casting your wisdom out into the world. And the final one is death. And in death, the wheel of life has stopped moving, but yet it's cast ripples. And when you go to the outside, all of these sort of, these are not martini glasses. This is feminine anatomy, essentially. And on the one that is death, it's just the outline. It's not filled in anymore. It's empty.
How long has this been in the?
I've been thinking about it for about 4 years. Then I had to approach the carving center about doing it, and then I didn't want the iconography to be based on, you know, like Native Americans or anything, because I'm not. So yeah. I sort of had to come up with my own iconography. Some of it I sort of based loosely on things I'd seen in Ireland, where I'm Irish, Scottish, so felt I could borrow some of their iconography. The moon is actually, that's the only one I actually copied. That's from Newgrange. And it was when we were traveling in Malta and in Ireland and seeing Neolithic people, and the 7 sisters, which I hardly can find in the sky, was the most important constellation for them, not the Big Dipper, not Orion's Belt, or any of the things we think about. So I started thinking about it, and the whole concept of 7 sisters, 7 sister stones, the whole circle being about women and their lives. So the only 2 that I'm doing now, I decided I'd add 2 more. This is the handprint of Dan Snow, who built this beautiful exterior wall. His handprint's there. And then I'm going to do one that's 2 circles, which indicates my wedding band and my husband's wedding band. We've been married 51 years. And without him, I couldn't do any of this. So that will be the only other one. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet. Then it'll be done.
It's amazing. Yeah, that's.
But I think when people realize that it's about women and it's about. Now, my niece, it was interesting. She came in. She came in the circle, and she said, "It feels enceinte," which is the French word for pregnant, but it also means enclosed. And I originally had thought to make this outer wall just like a New England stone wall, like you see in the woods, and then started working with Dan Snow, and this is so much more like an enclosure. And the fact that he made a bench here where you can sit and look into this, he said there's no place you can sit and look in. But now we have the bench there. You can. Everybody was sitting. Carol and I were sitting here. You were just sitting here, and then you look into the circle and see the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's, and you can. I want the woods and everything to come up around the outside. All
Grow
wild
it,
flowers and things,
grow
just
it
let
in.
be natural. But Josie's Folly has 7 sisters. That was fabulous that the carving center would let me do it.
Yeah, you've been carving for doing this.
I've been a carver since I've been
yeah.
a sculptor since the 70s, but I do bronzes and I do a lot of ecclesiastical work and I do animals and people. This is much more abstract than I've ever done. And if the reason that Carol is on there is because without Carol and the carving center, there's no way I would ever have had a chance to do this.
Is this your first piece at the center?
No, I have some other
Studio?
pieces. I've been in their Sculpt Fest a couple times, but I never would have thought big. You know, I have a studio I work in. You know, I make rabbits and I do frogs. And when I carve stone, when I do bronzes, I do large bronzes, but you know, for outdoor work. But so that's it. That's my. I'm 72 now. Somebody said, "Why are you doing it?" I said, "Well, I don't wait around. I'm 72. I have my weight. I'll never get it done." So.